Today we meditate together with Pope Francis from his short meditations written in the past year, his reflections against war, building a culture of peace. With war, no one wins. War destroys the future. Dear brothers and sisters, more than a month has gone by since the beginning of the invasion of Ukraine, since the beginning of this cruel and senseless war, that, like every war, represents a defeat for everyone, for every one of us. We need to reject war, a place of death where fathers and mothers bury their children, where men kill their brothers and sisters without even having seen them, where the powerful decide and the poor die. War does not devastate the present only, but the future of a society as well. I read that from the beginning of the aggression of Ukraine, 1 out of every 2 children have been displaced from their country. This means destroying the future, causing dramatic trauma in the lives of the smallest and most ignorant, most innocent among us. This is the brutality of war, a barbaric and sacrilegious act. War should not be something that is inevitable. We should not accustom ourselves to war. Instead, we need to convert today's indignation into tomorrow's commitment. Because if we emerge from these events the way we were before, we will all be guilty in some way. Faced with the danger of self-destruction, may humanity understand that the moment has come to abolish war, to erase it from human history, before it erases humans from history. I pray that every political leader may reflect on this, to commit themselves to this, and looking on martyred Ukraine, to understand how each day of war worsens the situation for everyone. Therefore, I renew my appeal. Enough. Stop. May weapons be silenced. May peace be seriously pursued. Let us continue to pray untiringly to the Queen of Peace, to whom we consecrated humanity, in particular Russia and Ukraine, with such a huge and intense participation, for which I thank all of you. The Pope wrote it on the 27th of March 2022. And just a brief reflection on what he says. We need to reject war, a place of death where fathers and mothers bury their children, where men kill their brothers and sisters without even having seen them, without even having seen them. And this is not only about the soldiers on the front line. It is about the decision makers who rely on, in a hubristic way, on technology, hoping quick wars. In Oval Offices, around tables of ministerial discussions, this war is only a screen, impersonal. For those in the arm industry, it doesn't even occur to them that they are killing people, facilitating their killing without having seen them. The powerful decide and the poor die. We can see how our culture is going suicidal. When someone commits suicide or contemplates suicide, the person doesn't believe in a meaningful past, in a meaningful present, or in a meaningful future. Life is not worth living. Every war reveals this mindset. Think of Sigmund Freud, of his Civilization and Discontents. In wars, the death drives, which seek the destruction of life and culture, they burst to surface openly. And this is what is happening now. We hear of fear of China and that power, but what we hear, that countries are ordering newer nuclear submarines, deterrents, to check in by the enemy. This is the same madness, the same eruption of death drives in political circles, in the minds of decision makers, and they have the power to communicate it. The only voice which goes against war is that of the Holy Father. And what he writes, what we quoted from him, and my commentary, it is not pacifism, it is Christian witness. In the old days, when this kind of madness and destruction happened, popes excommunicated political leaders, depriving them from Holy Communion, putting them where they were, declaring, revealing that they are in the state of mortal sin. Kind of sadly, our world is no longer Christian, so there is no point of excommunicating anyone. But excommunication means revealing that the person is, or decision makers are, in mortal sin. There is no need for excommunication. Christians, according to the teaching of the Catholic Church, there is a copy on this altar of it, we are aware that participation in the arm industry is mortal sin. So I just hope that our politicians realize that their soul with one foot is already in hell, and we are marching that direction together if we don't repeat with the Pope, enough, stop, may weapons be silenced, may peace seriously be pursued.